If anybody else is restreaming this, please make sure that it's going for you as well.
You're showing up. You're posting. You're speaking. You're doing everything they told you would grow your business. So why is it not converting? Because visibility is only half the equation. Getting attention is easy. Turning that attention into clients takes strategy. VoiceLab was built to solve that. This is where front-end visibility meets back-end conversion. You learn how to get on stages, create your own platforms, and use podcasts, summits, and workshops to grow your audience and generate real leads. Then you learn what most people never build. A system that captures those leads, follows up, nurtures relationships, and turns interest into revenue. Email and newsletter strategy that actually gets responses. Workflows, not just more noise. Real connection that leads to real business. Inside VoiceLab, you are not guessing. You're learning the how. You're implementing in real time. You're building a business that works even when you are not constantly chasing attention. Because here's the truth. If you don't have visibility, no one knows you exist. If you don't have systems, nothing converts. VoiceLab gives you both, so you can stop performing for attention and start building momentum that pays you back. If you are ready to grow your authority, expand your reach, and finally turn visibility into income, join Colleen Stubbs and Nicole Borghi in the VoiceLab. Scan the QR code, join VoiceLab group on the school platform, and build the business that actually works.
Alrighty, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Business Foreplay. You can turn your cameras back on. We'd love to see your smiling faces. Alrighty. I'm Colleen Stubbs. I am the founder of Simplified CEO Systems, and I help entrepreneurs build businesses and lives that they're madly passionate about. I do this by implementing a 3-step framework that is simplify, automate, and delegate, showing you how you can build a business that works when you aren't inside, go high level. Our guest today is Ashley Bandemir, and Ashley is one of my favorites. I invited Ashley on personally. She's not somebody who randomly applied like many people do. Ashley is actually my admin. And so I am excited to introduce her to the world and share with you all of the talents and services that she has. But especially today, we're going to be focusing on her expertise on social media. Ashley, I want you to start out by telling us a little bit about you that is personal. Let's skip
Yeah.
business. Let's get to Ashley. Ashley.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I'm Ashley Bandemer. The biggest personal thing I can say is I'm a mom, to a 2-year-old little boy, and it's been the best blessing of my life. It's been life-changing as well, and it's why I do what I do.
I love that. And he's just adorable. I know you guys had a really good time on the lake this weekend, and I appreciate you coming and being ready to do this. You know, the holiday weekend, we're still like the Monday after the holiday weekend, is always a low show for our Monday morning business foreplay. We just have a low turnout for that. I think everybody's still recovering, and Lil's probably in that group still recovering, but she joined us. So I really appreciate that. So, Ashley, you do a lot of things for me.
Yes.
I love what you do with my social media, and I want to just let's let's just dive into it. Let's just dive into it.
Perfect.
Share with us your strategies and all the things that we need to be doing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people overthink social media. It's kind of a beast of a thing to do. There's so many different platforms out there nowadays. Which ones are you on? What do I do? I just think you need to take a deep breath with social media. It's so much easier than what people make it. By creating a strategy around it, essentially, you're going to take less time to do it. A lot of people, they'll wake up, they'll think, oh, I have to post today, what am I gonna post today? And then they sit or they'll scroll for an hour to find something, some inspo, whatever it may be. But if you systemize what you're doing, it's gonna make it a lot easier. And that's what I'm all about, is the systemizing of it.
I love that. And this is why we're such great friends. Um, one of the things that I did, because I've been there, Ashley, I felt that exact same way where I was like, oh my gosh, I have to post today. I have to post today. Like I'm supposed to post. I hate that feeling. I didn't start a business to feel that way.
Yep.
And to be honest, I wasn't on social media before. I did have an account and I would post whatever I felt like posting, and my kids would say, "Oh, mom, please go edit that." And I'm like, "Why? I don't care. I don't care." They're like, "No, you can't possibly put that out there." So I had a lot to learn, but the biggest thing that I learned is that inside Go High Level, there's a scheduling tool.
Yes.
I learned, and I also share with my clients, how to create content that covers my entire business, all the aspects of my business is what I mean by that. And I create that content and then I post it out for 90 days. The first time that I did that, it took me a weekend. Honestly, I like my weekend from Thursday afternoon until Sunday night to create that content and get it scheduled to post for the next 90 days. And I was kind of dreading what to do after that. But then what I figured out is that all I had to do was push clone schedule, clone schedule, clone schedule, clone schedule, and literally in 2 hours had the next 90 days done.
Yep.
And so the thing is that I also didn't like that because I felt like it was not personable. So I didn't like that aspect of it. It was like, here's a graphic that's consistent every single day. Like I have two or three of them, I switch up a little bit, but it's the same concept. If you've seen my social, you know that. And then there's a caption that talks about my story, my why, the benefits to my business, maybe testimonials, things like that. That goes out every single day. And that part I love.
Yes.
I do not panic about social media ever. Like if something comes up, if I see something I'm scrolling, I want to share it, I share it. If I have Monday morning business foreplay, I share it. If I get on Nicole's podcast, I share it. If I get on Jeffrey's podcast, I share that. I share whatever comes up during the day, but I don't feel pressure to share because I've got that one key piece scheduled.
Yep.
So how do you decide what your content pillars are?
Yeah, you have to think that in the world of social media, our brains are squirrel brains. So think about what you want your audience to know about you. If they were to go on your page, what do you want the three things to for them to know? And those will be your content pillars. Some people call them content buckets. Fill those buckets, build those pillars, but pick three of them and just decide what are the most important things that you want your audience to know about what your social media is. And from there, you just kind of can run with it. I mean, once you have the three things, then you just build out what you want it to do around those three things. I go from content pillars to then batching, and batching is the name of the game with taking time away from having to spend on social media. Batching, what that looks like if you don't know what batching is, it's you're going to sit down. I always say give yourself an hour a week to do it. Do it for a week. 90 days, amazing. If you have a weekend to do 90 days, do that. I recommend it. But some of us don't have that. So I say build it out in a week. So sit down, take 2 hours a month. Like I saw someone just put 2 hours a month in the comment, or take 1 hour a week and just take it and sit there and think, okay, here's my three content pillars. What about these do I want people to know? And then from there, build your content around that. I have a thing where I do it by the day. So, like, my Mondays are tips. Tuesdays could be like behind the scenes. Wednesdays could be FAQs, different things like that, where when you know what your days are going to look like, it makes your content pillar so much easier to fill right in on those days.
I love that. And that makes sense. Where, if anywhere, when do you put in your personal stuff? Because I put personal stuff in,
Yeah.
and I actually had somebody tell me that that has no place on my business social media.
Oh no. See, I love this. I call it a sprinkle of you. Sprinkle in you because people want to know who you are. They want to know who's running this company, who's doing this. So I sprinkle in me all the time. And that can look like a couple different ways. You can have a specific day where you tell your story, where you talk about just you. Or something that I do is I talk about me some days, but all of my B-roll is things from me at home. It's me playing with my son. It's me cooking. It's videos of me doing things that aren't not business based, but you're getting to know me through just watching the B-roll videos.
So you're saying to pair the B-roll videos with your business content.
Yeah, that it works for me. It's worked for other clients that we have. It kind of depends on what your branding looks like and who you want your branding to be. But my branding is moms and we gear towards moms. So why would I not show me being a mom? Why would I not show my life if I'm pushing myself?
I love that. And I think that I do that a little bit. Like my newsletter always starts out with a view from within, which is something I've done on the farm. And sometimes it's boring. Like this week, it was growing garlic. Like, do you even understand the life path of garlic is 3 to 5 years?
Yes, garlic's
So,
hard. I cannot get
it,
garlic.
right. And so I compared that with business and everybody just expecting their business to explode overnight when that's not reality. It does take the 3 to 5 years as well as the garlic does. But sometimes it's super exciting. Like I have a 7-year-old with a turtle attached to his face. But for me, I feel like in my business, I'm teaching people to build both a business and a life they love. So it's equally as important to share the life and to share the outside part. And I don't feel like I actually share enough of me away from my desk. Um, so that's here nor there, but I feel like I should definitely do more of that. Now let's talk about being on platforms because I was speaking with you earlier and told you that when I first came online and started building my business, I built my Instagram account to like 6,500 people, followers in 90 days, and I loved it. And I got verified and all the things. And 2 weeks after I got verified, they took my account
Yeah,
and I couldn't
that's
recover it.
crazy.
And
Yes.
I, it was disheartening at best, right? And so I kind of walked away from Instagram except for what gets posted automatically, which I schedule through Go High Level, but I don't go in and interact. That, of course, is going to be your job. I love TikTok. Like if I go some to social media scroll, I go to TikTok. I love all those
Yes.
things. Um, and I've never been put in jail, Jeffrey. Jeffrey said he's been there with social media, shut him down, put him in jail. I haven't been put in jail. I just had my account clean taken, which was so odd to me because I had to give him my ID to get verified. And
Yeah.
I'm the one with my ID trying to get my account back. Same background, same everything. No, I couldn't get it back. So tell me, um, tell me, Ashley, about the different platforms. Is it that important to be everywhere? And I know, like, if you're like me and you're just super busy and you want a presence on all the platforms, but you don't have the time to do it. I know that your business can step in and help with that. But what is the recommendation? Like, how do we do that?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on what you want your goals to be. If you want to be visible everywhere, be everywhere. Do it. If you have the capacity or if you outsource it to the people that do have the capacity to put you everywhere, do it. But you also have to think about what your business is and where your goals want to be. So if you are a service-based person that only can work in a 20-mile area of where you are, TikTok may not be the best option for you because it's really hard to really pinpoint that area. Now, LinkedIn, if you're a business person and you work with business professionals, LinkedIn is where you want to be because that's where all the business professionals are. Facebook and Instagram, those kind of go hand in hand. A lot of people have their accounts connected, so I always just kind of lump those into together. If you're looking to build connections and build community, LinkedIn's great for that as well, but but Facebook, people are on there to chat. They're in their Facebook groups to chat. They're in there to build those little communities. So you have to really think about what you want your goals to be on social media. If it's just visibility, I just want to get visible, be everywhere that you can.
I love that. Now, is there a place so that, let's say I hire you to do all my social media. So you are doing all the building and putting the content out and all the things. Is there, or at what point should I be the one that steps in and does the responding and does the communicating in the comments and things like that? Or is there not a time? Is that something that you handle all of that?
Yeah, we definitely handle all of that for people. I think that if you don't have someone that's helping you with your socials, that interaction helps you so much. The algorithm is looking at your interaction. So if someone's liking your post, even if you go in and like interact with that, or if someone's commenting and if you don't know what to say back, because sometimes there's not a lot you can say back. It's kind of like a flat statement of a comment. Even if you just go in and like that comment, it's going to boost you in the algorithm. So responding is very important. That's something that we take over right away for people if they want it. Some people are like, this is my jam. I like this. I want to be the one interacting. I know how I'm going to respond. Perfect, as long as you're doing it. For us, once we take it over, we really learn how the customer or the client's voice is, how they would respond to things, and we respond as if we're you. And it just like interaction, if I can stress one thing, interaction is huge on all platforms. It is what the algorithm looks for. It will help you.
Well, okay, so on the ones where you would just like,
Yeah.
so if somebody puts a flat comment on mine, it's nothing to respond to really. Is it beneficial for me to click their name and go interact on something on theirs?
Yes.
Like it.
Yes. Yep. The more interaction. So, like, whether it be on your page or someone else's, I mean, if there's someone, say you have like a hot 30 list of leads that you're looking at and you just don't know how to reach out to them quite yet, even if you're going onto those people's pages and liking and commenting and just interacting, it's going to boost you in your algorithm. It's going to make you more visible to that person as well.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate and ask you this. Is that as important in the movement, visibility, growth of your business? And does it work better than just boosting the post?
Ooh, that's a good question. It kind of depends. I mean, boosting your post does only so much. And this may be just a controversial topic for me because I just sometimes I will just say, just what's the point in boosting? Everyone's boosting, everyone's putting money in, but you have these companies that are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to run ads. Is boosting really actually doing anything? I don't know. Sometimes it's hard. I mean, you can look at the algorithm, you can look at it. Do, is it worth the money that you put towards it? Or can you just go in and interact and spend a little bit more time rather than spending more money when everyone else is throwing money at it?
Okay, so Nicole says in the comments that she would do a posting party is better than boosting. Let's
Yes.
talk about that because I feel like flip-flop on that. I participated in a posting party for over a year, and the people that were in the posting party weren't necessarily my ideal clients. And so I don't know that that was the best move for me. But once again, it comes back to alignment with your audience and all of those things. So is any old posting party good? Because sometimes you join a posting party and you're thrown in a group, you're thrown into a mix where you don't get to choose, right? Or is it better for me to say to all of my referral partners or power partners, like I could say to Haley and to Nicole and to Carl, hey, let's do a posting party and get my exact refined audience and do it.
Yeah, posting parties are interesting because they're great, except for what you just said is if it's someone that is, if you're in a group with no one in your audience, is it worth your time to have to go in and respond to all of their stuff and like go back and forth with it? It's kind of a toss up. If you can, like in the ideal perfect situation, if you could get a posting party where it's a group of people that are in your audience or like will be able to expand your audience, that would be perfect. That would be the way to do it rather than going in and boosting. But I think posting parties are great because you never know who people know. So a lot of times that anytime I've experienced a posting party, it's people that I may not know. They may not be in my audience, but I've gotten referrals from them because they didn't know who I was, I didn't know who they were, and now they know what I'm doing. So I think if you're in a group with people that you don't know and that may not be in your audience or may not be even like remotely who you want to target at all, making that post a little bit more clear on who you are and what services you do.
Okay. And that's exactly what Nicole was saying in the comments. Now, Dr. Jeffrey has a question. Actually, we're going to highlight you, Dr. Jeff. Step up, sir. He's my good friend too.
I am here. Hey,
Go ahead and
Hello.
ask.
so I did put in would it be or would you recommend a posting party for a book launch? And now I'm thinking maybe have a launch party
Yeah.
instead of a posting party.
I recommend for a book launch, I would say do a book launch and make it a spectacle. Like make it over the top, make it a spectacle. I've done a couple book launches where we will be posting all day. So you have like five geared up static posts. We've done where we do those five and then you go on and you do like two lives. So whether that be do one live by yourself where you're kind of introducing you or whoever the author is and then bring someone on that could ask you questions. Maybe they don't have to have read the book or anything, but someone that
Right,
just knows you,
right.
knows your values, knows a little bit about what's in the book, and just talk about it. Because the more buzz you can make about it, the better. Um, Also, social media is one of those things where you could post those five posts and no one's going to see them. And then you do the
Right.
one live, and the person that's going to buy is going to see that live. So the more you can do around that, the better off you are.
All right. And would you I would assume you'd recommend a ramp up to inviting people to that and do it like 5 days before the launch?
Yep, yep.
That
Do it.
gives
I would say
people
like between 5 days would be the max amount of time that I would do. Keep it short so that people have it fresh of mind and can just add it into their day.
perfect. Super. Thank you.
Yes.
At this point, does anybody else have any questions for Ashley? Nico does. Nico, step up, sir. You're muted.
Ashley, there's one thing you haven't talked about. I just wanted to see if you wanna expand on it, which is consistency.
Yes,
Yes,
consistency is
because
key. Thank you for bringing that up.
yeah,
Consistency is key. It's not, I think a lot of people think, oh, I just need to post more. I just got to get these posts out. But if you can't do it consistently, there's no reason to do it. So say you, let's use July. We're in the beginning of July. If you were to post from today to the end of July every single day, and then the first 2 weeks in August, you stop, or you maybe only post once, you are basically restarting in social media world.
every
It
single
is
time.
just
That's a thing. Yes, if you stop, if you have any gaps, you have to start over all over again. That's why you need to batch.
yep.
And that's what you need to schedule up front. Otherwise, that's why I say if you're not going to be consistent, don't even start.
Right. Yes, you're right on with that. And I will say too, I think this might be a controversial topic in the social media world because when I say post every day, that can feel really overwhelming to some people and just not realistic. You need to post consistently at your realistic level. So if that really is only one time a week, do it at least one time a week. Like at least you're getting one out rather than posting 5 times, ghosting for a week because those 5 times took all your, like, if you just have to be consistent. So if you literally can only do once a week, just do it and make sure that you're doing it consistently. I think it's
Uh,
controversial to say that, but that's my opinion on it.
I, I would just say that I don't know anyone that is consistent that is being successful in social media if they don't have a system,
Correct.
B, batching, and C, are being consistent. There's no,
Correct.
if you're gonna rely on having time every week to do it, you will not.
Correct.
100%, you will not.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're right on.
I'm going to take an audience question from LinkedIn, and then we will get to Carl and then Mike. So Joe said on LinkedIn, do you see a difference between writing LinkedIn articles and posting on the same platform to gain followers, connections, and or gain potential clients?
With LinkedIn articles, I mean, they work and they're more than just a post, right? Obviously, they're going to be a little bit more
Social
in
media,
depth.
if they
Oh, yeah. So, yes and no. I mean, again, it comes down to the consistency thing. You can't just do one LinkedIn article every quarter and expect those LinkedIn articles to work. You have to do them consistently and you have to do them frequently for them to work, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I got a question for you. I've never done a posting party. Okay. Don't know anything about posting parties, but but I do believe in consistency when you're going to do anything. Uh, just like showing up at events, you need to do it all the time if you're going to go to that event. But do you do posting parties? I mean, do you do these like almost like an event, like you do these consistently and at the same time of day, or what's the best way to do a posting party?
I would say do them consistently, choose the day and choose the time frame. Now, it's hard to say, hey, five to however many business professionals every Thursday at 9 a.m. This is what you got to do. Because some people, their schedules vary. So if you can do from like a 7 to 9 or a 8 to 10, whatever that time frame is, give it a couple hours so people have time, whether if they have something come up or whatever it may be. Scheduling out the post would solve that problem, but not everyone does that. So like realistically, if you could do it the same day every week and then just give you like a 1 to 2 hour time frame to do it, that's where I've seen the most success with posting parties. I think Colleen could probably say agreed on that as well, because I know she's in a couple where it's the 2 hours. So
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl, for that question. I would absolutely agree. I think I'm in a couple different posting parties. One of them is a get in, it's 2 days a week, and it is get in, make your post by 8 a.m. and then respond by 10,
yep.
and then go respond to your comments immediately as well. The idea behind that, what they've shared with me when I joined that, is that you want to have a lot of action quickly as soon as you put your post up, a lot of interaction, and to save posts that you want that maybe you would have paid to boost for this specific reason. So last week I did my column in Life Mastery magazine was Grace and Grit is what it's called, and I posted that for the posting party last week. And then there's another one that I'm in where you submit it, and then it seems like it's longer period of time, like you have 12 hours. And so I'm not really sure. Maybe that works well. There are a lot more people in that one. I think it just depends. Um, Mike, Mike McQuillan, will you please grace us with your
Hello.
presence?
Of course. Hello, hello. How are you? My question, oh, yeah, it's me. My question actually is about different platforms and different how do we vary up the content? What looks good on Instagram is not the same as what's intellectually appealing on LinkedIn. I recently started Substack, which is where I get to do my self-indulgent long articles. Facebook does nothing for me. I was trying Pinterest. It was just too much work and making the images look really cool because that's some high level, visual production. How do you vary from one platform? Some people just blanket across everything, and quite frankly, it puts me to sleep. And next thing you know, I've got this whole arts and crafts project. The only thing I'm not doing is running a business. So how do you
Yeah.
handle from one platform to the next?
I think obviously it's going to depend on the amount of time. We might have a little guest here. My son's going to run in.
Hey, what do
I
you
think
think?
it's going to depend on how much time you have. So if you are someone like, I'll use that 90-day batching. If I were to batch for 90 days, that would just go out across every platform because it'd be hard to batch 90 days for the specific platforms. The other thing is you have to think about your goals. So if you are someone that works with business professionals, I think tailoring your LinkedIn content a little bit more towards who your target audience is going to be great rather than on Instagram because people aren't on Instagram to find business most of the time. They're scrolling. If they stumble across it, perfect, they're going to click it. But I think it's really figuring out who your target audience is, where they're sitting, and then based on that, figure out how to batch your content around that platform. If did
Oh.
that answer your question?
Well, when I started this, I was batching 7 days a week on LinkedIn, and it got me nowhere. In fact, I was doing better when I did it every other day because I got more eyes on one specific post. Where I might have a post that's really good on Monday, then it gets buried, and Tuesday is not as powerful. So I found doing it less often gets more views, but it's still, I'm quite honestly not getting the engagement. Now I run a workshop. When I promote the workshop, that's what does best for me. But just, tips on being a better public speaker. So many people are like, oh, I already know how to do that. I already
Right.
do that. So offering up an event, what gets attention as opposed to what gets action are also two different things.
Right.
TikTok,
Absolutely.
I was on TikTok for years, every single day. It got me nowhere. I was in 200. I said to forget it because the production value on these videos now is crazy,
Yeah.
and all I got is this, and so I
Yeah. I think the difference, so especially when it comes to like public speaking, everyone is going to say, well, I already know that, whatever it
yeah.
may be. And that comes for a lot of industries. The thing that's going to make you different, and this is where the sprinkle of you comes in, is
Mhm.
telling your story and figuring out what your story is because no one has the same story as you when it comes to public speaking and what you do and why you do it. I think that's really the differentiator when it comes to social media. You can you can pitch your stuff all day long, but you are the differentiator when it comes to anyone else in your industry, and your story cannot be copied by anyone.
I love that, Ashley. And I really believe that you are what is being sold, anyways. And I want to just say something to Ashley. Ashley is a mom, and in
Yes.
my business, in my world, that takes precedence over everything else. So be a mom. Don't feel awkward with your son there. Pick him up, put him
Okay.
on your lap, whatever you need to do. And anybody that's not comfortable with Ashley having her child here is more than welcome to leave. We do support Ashley in having her child here. Ashley runs a US based VA agency that she owns.
Yep.
She employs moms who work from home as VAs across the United States. So this is a part of her journey.
Yes.
And so I say that also for anybody who is looking for VAs who are US based, Ashley is a great resource for that. And she is very professional. And so, Dr. Jeffrey, you said in the chat you have a couple more questions. I would love to hear your questions.
Yeah, and so some of them have already been answered, so that's great. Two questions that I have left. Number one, Go High Level has a calendar. What social media platforms does Go High Level support? Like for example, I'm using Content 360 right now. I've been using it. So it posts to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and X at the present time. Does Go High Level support all those as well?
Colleen, you're the Go High Level expert, but from what I know is it supports everything but X at this point.
Mm,
I think that's
okay.
right.
Okay. All right. And then with regards to posting, a lot of people have their own opinion on this. How many times do you post a day? Do you post every day? Do you post a couple times every day, like once in the morning and once in the evening? Kind of mix up the posts, so forth and so on.
My opinion on this is whatever you can do consistently. If you can
Okay.
consistently post 5 times a day, go ahead and post 5 times a day every single day. But if you cannot consistently do that, find your number that works for you that consistently goes
So,
out. So,
okay.
like for me, I know that like a lot of our clients, they're gonna just want to be doing 1 time a day, seven
Right.
days a week. works perfect. If they want more, if they want less, we do what can be consistent.
Okay, great. So yeah, that's all. I was doing 8:30 in the morning, which I still do, but now I'm starting to throw in evening posts as well to see if I can pick up the algorithm
Yep.
because of my jailed situation for like 3 years back and forth with Facebook and Instagram. So,
Yes, and because of your jail thing, I don't know if you have like the insight information, but in Meta, if you go into your business suite, depending on how often you post, and this is a consistency thing, you have to post consistently to get good insights on Meta. But
mm,
if you go into your business suite and you go into your insights, it will tell you what times your audience is on. Obviously, those would be good times to post.
right, right.
But with your jail thing, I don't know if you have access to that.
Well, it's been like 2 years since I've been put in jail, so it was all about health stuff back in the day. So, but okay, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's so funny to me, Jeffrey, because if I was going to arrest anybody, I'm sorry, but you would be the last person. Oh, that's funny. Does anybody else have any other questions for Ashley at this point? No, no.
Was one on LinkedIn.
Oh, can you ask it? Because I don't have LinkedIn pulled up right now.
Sure. It is from Joe, and he says scheduling post has been more in demand each week. What are the ideal timeframes per personal experience as far as the current LinkedIn setup? He has 11 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So he's trying to get on that bell curve of time.
Yeah, that's a pretty good time to post. I always say think about when people are going to be scrolling. So 8 a.m. may not be a great time because most people are clocking in, or that's like when their go time is. Think about when you scroll. Are you scrolling before you get out of bed? That might be a good time. Are you scrolling around the lunch hour? Are you scrolling right before like dinner or whatever it may be? The best time that I've had success with, now this is me and my accounts and accounts personally, every person's going to be different depending on who you're targeting, have been in the morning, like before 6 a.m. I post between like 5 and 6 a.m. and I'm Central Time. I get the most views then.
I love that. And I think it really depends on your audience. Like you were saying,
Yeah.
think about when you're scrolling. So we hear so often that you are your audience, or you were who you were is your audience. And so where were you at that point in time? Nico has a question for you.
Yeah, Ashley, another thing that I didn't hear you relate to, and if you could, is video. Well, of course, I'm a suspect to be asking, but could you expand on the value of posting video content as opposed to written content and
Yes.
visual? Yeah.
That is a great one. Again, I personally think that this depends on your audience and who you're targeting, but our brains are squirrel brains, and movement is what's going to catch people's eyes. So we have about a 3 second stop rate for people to catch your video or catch your post, or it's gone and it's gone forever. So video content does really well because it's moving, it's keeping people's attention there when static posts or just word posts in general, people are having to stop and read, and it's not so eye-catching. And the name of the game is that 3 seconds. You have 3 seconds while people are scrolling by, otherwise it's gone. So the
Uh,
more flashy you can make your posts, the better. But that's where videos come in.
if I may add one thing to what you're saying is two things actually. One is people make decisions based on emotions and not logic, and that's a fact. There's nothing like video to connect to the emotional side. No written post will do that for you, and that's one thing. And the second thing is regarding the and LinkedIn's own statistic is that video content is 20 times more engaging. Those are LinkedIn numbers.
Okay.
20 times more engaging. The third thing is that those 3 seconds that you were mentioning, they're so important. And one of the one of the because I deal with video, I see that one of the main mistakes people do is wasting those 3 seconds by saying who they are. Nobody freaking cares who you are. You don't need to say that, and you need to start with the value. You need to start with the hook.
Yes.
For it is, you want to put your name in a lower third, do that. But it's not important. And so many people say, hello, I'm this, and that. And today we're going to talk. And I'm out because I won't listen to that. So
Right.
that's why the 3
Okay.
seconds are super important.
I'm going to take
Yes.
that a step deeper, Nico, and I'm going to say this, that I see so many people make the mistake of sharing videos that are coming in from somewhere else. The way that the LinkedIn algorithm works best is if you're bringing a video in from your
Native.
native, from your computer, not from
Absolutely.
your YouTube, not from wherever else, right? And it can be short clips. I think if each one of us would look at the amount of content we have, I don't think there's anybody in here who hasn't been on a podcast that couldn't create at least 5 pieces of content off of that podcast, download it to your computer, save it to your computer, and then upload it from there. Right?
Absolutely.
People overlook that.
Colleen, just to amplify on what you said, I always tell people never, never, never put a link in your post.
Absolutely.
No
Never.
link,
Yes,
because
never
the
in your
interest of
post.
every platform is to keep you on the platform.
Platform. That's right.
So every video has to be native, and
Yes,
either
and
on
if you
LinkedIn
share a link,
always.
share it in a comment,
In a
right?
comment, yes,
Yes,
but never in a post. If you put the
absolutely.
link in a post, you're pushing your post down. The platform will not make it surface.
Absolutely. And I
Absolutely.
want to add to that and build on the power of the video, because every single day I have static posts that go up. But the value in the video is this, the touch points. The touch points. People need to see you. They need to see how you move your hands. They need to see how you flip your hair. They need to hear how you enunciate. These are the things that endear you to them, that make you trustworthy, that make you relatable, that build the foundation of a relationship, is actually being able to hear you. And I've told this story a million times. I'm going to tell it again. When I had my last boutique, when I had Chicken Lips Boutique, I hired the radio to do some commercials, and a man came on. I was in my shop, and this man comes on the radio and he says, today down at Chicken Lips Boutique, the Wanna Better butt jeans are $69.99, and you can go in and talk to Colleen. And I about lost my mind. I literally could not call the radio fast enough. I said, rip that down. Do not put that man. Who is this? And they're like, oh, he's the person that does our commercials. And I said, oh, no, he's not. He is not doing a commercial for a women's boutique talking about jeans and what we're doing here. No. And they said, well, that's all we've got. And I said, well, I'll do my own. And so we started doing our own commercials, and it was simply me and my employees talking about what we were doing in the store each day. We would start most of them out with, hey, what are the Chicken Lips girls up to today? And then go on with that. So what happened is, months into doing this, I'm 2 hours away at Starbucks ordering a coffee, and a girl in her mid-20s comes running up. Oh my God, you're the Chicken Lips lady. I just knew it was you. And I'm like, excuse me, what? I just want Starbucks. And her mom was so embarrassed. And she's like, I just know your voice anywhere. And I don't even like my voice. But she knew my voice hours away from where I was doing business. And this was a brick and mortar business, not an online business. But that's the value of video, of putting your face and your voice out there.
Yeah.
It resonates with people. It builds a foundation of a relationship. And so those videos are super, super important. And we're going to flip over to Nicole. Nicole, you got a question? It's your turn.
No, I just want to read here what's going on with the interweb here, because they've got some other questions and some comments for you as well. And this is coming from, let's see, Joe says LinkedIn does flag too many posts in one day. They have to be 6 hours spread between them per the current programming or algorithm. So I guess that's more of a comment. And then he just put in here as well. LinkedIn will flag links as it wants to stay with the platform. Even the @ tags are no longer supported. But I will say there's a caveat to that. They're no longer supported if those people are not your friends and they don't respond to you. So what say you? Any comments for that one?
Ooh, I have a comment for it. I'm going to say, Joe, what about this? I'd love your 2 cents back. So get your fingers ready. What if, Joe, we are putting up the content, the static content is scheduled. So for one, that goes out on mine, and I haven't had a problem with this. This is why I'm asking. That goes out on mine around 7 a.m. and then around noon or 12:30, I have a live video that goes out. So different forms of content, and I haven't seen the problem that you're talking about. What has been your experience, Joe? Do you want to hit the comments?
Yeah, I haven't, while he's typing, I haven't ran into that problem either, where I don't post like back to back within the same hour, but within a couple hours, I have not ran into that either.
Okay, we will go on to the next
Yeah.
next
Do
question.
you guys go into the brew from LinkedIn? Because there's a lot more that LinkedIn is
Yeah.
posting in their newsletter and whatnot. So they're adding a lot of the stuff. And then Yvonne says she likes that. Nobody cares about your name but the value, and that's so, so true. And one last thing's from Sapna. What platform are you posting to the most, Ashley? She's heavy on LinkedIn, and that's her professional network, trying to determine moving to Instagram and TikTok. And I think this is what you had hit on earlier
Yeah,
about TikTok information.
it definitely depends on what you do and who you're targeting. So I had said earlier, if you are a service-based where you only can work within 20 miles or whatever it may be, TikTok may not be the best platform for you. You can tag your location in TikTok, but it may not get to just that location. And then if LinkedIn's your preferred, if it's all about business professionals and that's who you're going for, Instagram and TikTok may not be the greatest ones either because business professionals on those platforms aren't there to like talk business. They're there to mindlessly scroll. It's good to have your information on there. But Facebook might be a good one for you just because you can get into groups on Facebook.
Okay, Ashley, I don't want to cut you off, but I do have a speaking engagement at 10 o'clock. So we're going to jump. First of all, I would love for you to share a link, a booking link for
Yes.
you. Share it in the chat. And then also later today, please go back to the LinkedIn on this and share it with some of the audience members there. And then let's dive into our hot seat questions. Girl, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. Number one, what's the one thing everyone in your industry is doing that you think is complete bullshit, and why are they still doing it?
I think it is the just post more, just post more. That's not the name of the game. It is being consistent. And I think people just think to post more because they think you're just going to get more views, you're going to get more eyeballs on it.
Okay. Number two, what's a mistake you made that cost you serious money or time that you kept making anyways because you were too proud or too scared to admit that it wasn't working?
Yes, I think it is just actually quitting my 9 to 5 and going full time in this. I wasted a lot of time, a lot of energy in a very toxic environment when I've had this knowledge for years and years, and I could have been helping people a lot sooner.
Okay. Um, that's interesting. Okay. So if you could only give one piece of advice to someone in your industry, but it would go completely against the grain, what would it be and why is it worth the backlash?
It's okay to work yourself out of a job because social media is a game where some people are going to come to you and they're not going to have any idea what to do. And you might as well just teach your secrets, teach them your ways because you're here to help. I truly believe that in this profession, we're here to help, we're here to make people's lives easier. And if you end up working yourself out of a job because they learned from you, then that's okay.
All right. All right. Any closing thoughts for us?
No, I think just be consistent. It's the name of the game on social media, whether that be one time a week or every single day. If you can do it consistently and know what you're posting each day by batching and figuring out what your pillars are, it's going to make your life so much easier when it comes to social media.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Everybody, please save the chat. This has been Monday Morning Business Foreplay. And if today's conversation has helped you to see something differently, make one clearer decision, or take one meaningful step forward, then this hour did exactly what it was designed to do. Because clarity creates momentum, and momentum beats motivation every time. Huge thank you to Ashley for sharing your experience and your perspective. If you found value in this conversation, share it, tag someone who needs to hear it, and invite them to join us next week. Ashley, please make sure your contact information is in the chat so everybody can reach out to you and connect.
Yep.